This final video on InDesign effects will show you how to work with feathering. You can see there are three kinds. The basic feather fades in from all edges equally. The directional feather fades in from one or two sides. You can pick the sides. Here it's coming in from the left, here it's fading from the bottom. Now the gradient feather is just kind of a general fading away into transparent. So let's see how they work. We'll start with basic feather. Click on the object, and I'm just using the object option here because I did not use a stroke or a special fill here. We'll go to the FX drop-down menu, Basic Feather. This is the default. They always start with 9 points or 1/8 of an inch, and you can change it as usual. The choke controls how sharp the fading is from the edges. You can see that the white area pretty much stays the same, but the choke affects the smoothness or the gradualness of the fading. So I just use a little bit of that. Now the three kinds of corners. There's sharp, there's rounded, and diffused is just kind of a generalized fading in from all edges equally. Noise, I think, helps a little bit. So just use a little bit of noise. To me, that looks slightly more natural as a fade. Let's try it with type. I go to the text option, FX, Basic Feather. Now 9 points is too much for this type. Let's make it smaller. And that's all we have to do. I'll just leave these options as they are. Directional feather has more options to think about. First, you have to decide which sides do you want to be fading. Let's try the right side and make a fade come in from the right side. Next thing you do is fix the angle of the light source. Now, watch this as I go around with these angles. You can see that the effect is quite different from every direction, and these little lumps appear. So you have to be careful with your angle. Let's try something here. Let's keep it like this, 36 degrees. Now the noise and choke are same as before. Now these shape, what they call shape, is basically the edges. Let's try the first edge only. Now, the fade is coming from the right. The angle is 36 degrees, and this is the first place where the fade hits. So that's the first edge only. The leading edges is coming from the right, and the angle is like that. And so these are the edges that are leading. If it was an actual light, these would be the ones that would be hit. And then all edges only changes a little bit right here. So it's up to you which one you want to use. Let's try directional feather with type. Whoops, I need to do the text option. This time let's try it coming from the bottom. Just a little, not too much, or the type will disappear. And then you can play with the angle and have a good time. Look at that. Kind of nifty effect. I like it. Now the gradient feather, you can work with this two different ways. You can do it the usual way over here in the FX drop-down menu, or you can get the very same dialog box by double-clicking on this gradient feather tool. So we'll just work with this. Now the gradient stops when it is on the default it starts fading right at the middle. Here, if you go to the left, it starts fading sooner. The dark part is darker, and then the fade is more gradual. If you move this in this direction, it's darker for a longer time and then fades more quickly. So it's up to you how you want to do that. And then you can have linear, which is what we have now, or a radial gradient. You can't fix the angle if you're doing radial, and it always seems to start in the middle. So that is okay, not bad. I'm going to clear it though, and I'm going to show you how to use this gradient feather tool. Click on it one time to get the tool. And then you can set your light source anywhere you want. It can be way outside the object. I'm going to start way up here and have the fade come down like that. I'm going to start right next to the star and have the light at the bottom. I'm going to start in the middle of the star and go in a random direction. Now that, to me, is a lot more interesting. So I like to use this tool a lot. It's more fun, to tell you the truth, than the others. Let's go to the type, and I'm going to use this fun tool and set my light source at this crazy angle and see what happens. Just try anything. If you hold down the Shift key as you drag, it'll go vertical or horizontal, straight. Now, if I want to set a radial feather with type, it starts in the middle again, and that's kind of a nice effect too. Now remember, you can use all these different effects with other effects in combination. Here we've got the gradient feather going. If we wanted to, we could add a satin and go to that dialog box. We could add an outer glow and go to that dialog box and work with them all inside here at the same time. And always remember, if you've made a mistake, just go to this clear icon and get rid of everything. So this is the end of my 6 lessons on using effects. These are the 6 lessons. If you missed anything, go to bookdesignmadesimple.com and just pick the one you want to watch. And while you're there, see what other videos we have. There's all kinds of videos to help you learn how to use InDesign more efficiently. So good luck and enjoy your time using InDesign.